Welcome into the Weekly Peel. You know who else wants to welcome you into the Weekly Peel? My mom.
Whoa!
Right out of the gate.
Oh!
Dude, I did not get the memo there. I was like, you guys both did the thing, and I was just like, yeah.
Well, no, I was wondering who he was gonna say. I was like, is it gonna be Peter, me? Oh, his mom.
My mom. Oh, okay. So welcome in, Peelers, to another episode of the Weekly Peel. We're back. Peter, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling cold because it is snowing like crazy here right now, but I'm doing good.
Oh, by the way, I'm John, and this is Peter. We forgot to introduce ourselves two
Oh.
episodes ago.
Nice to meet you guys.
There we go. And we have a special guest on the show today. One of my best friends from my college days at good old Liberty University, who is now an engineer living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Can't
the
believe
one,
it.
the only Joseph Palmer Guagliardi.
Hey, that's a nice intro.
How you doing, Joey?
I'm doing good, Pete. Oh, I appreciate that, man. That's a sweet intro. Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is also cold here. Yeah, like you said, up in Pittsburgh. Yeah, we got some snow, but it's not snowing that hard yet, so we're not snowed in yet.
It's coming up, I think. We got it here in Warrenton, Virginia, but we might have it ahead of you.
Wait,
Legend
Mazia,
has it.
where is
What?
Oh,
What is it?
go ahead.
I'm in Virginia, but I'm on the Eastern Shore, so I'm not connected to Virginia at all.
Okay.
I'm actually realistically we're part of Maryland, but for whatever reason we're Virginia.
Nice.
So and we have rain, and that's it. And it's freezing, but it's not freezing enough.
To be snow.
So and legend has it, Peter, you're gonna get like 24 inches of snow.
Oh
that
my
could
gosh.
that would be wild. We had school canceled, like the first week of school was just all canceled here.
What?
And my wife, who's a teacher, was pretty happy about that. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
a lot of other people are.
Pete, are the teachers?
not-
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was
Joey.
gonna say, are the teachers more excited or the students? Like, who do you think gets more excited about school?
I think
being
the
canceled?
teachers get more
Yeah.
excited. The teachers.
That's fair. That's fair.
We did have a question for you though, Joey. So is this your first time being on a podcast?
Yeah, I've never been on a podcast before, guys. This is huge.
Wow.
Welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sorry
welcome.
we had to be your first.
No, there is nothing
I'm
better
not.
than yeah. This is I'm excited for this because you don't get to talk about our topic every day. I don't know if I should say it yet. Is it a surprise? I don't.
Oh,
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa.
Don't get into it. So that's why I said. That's why I said.
I thought we could.
I'm just messing.
It's good.
So, Joey, what are we discussing today on the podcast?
We are talking about not your average show, but the regular show.
Yes.
Regular show.
That was on the
Cartoon
spot.
My favorite-
Network.
My favorite thing about the regular show, and it just hit me one day, and I think this is the reason it's called regular show, is because it's like the weirdest, most non-regular show ever.
It really is.
Like I just remember the first time I noticed was like I think like my dad walked in, I was watching it one time, and he's like, "What is this?" I was like, "The regular show." He's like, "This is really weird."
Oh
And
my
I was like,
gosh.
"I guess it is."
Well, you guys have both said the regular show already. Is that like I've never called it the regular show.
I guess.
Let me fact check that.
Yeah, check that. Is
I
listen
think
back to
this
the
is
tapes.
important. This is important. Is the part
I'm like,
of
the regular
the
show.
title?
I would like to make a retraction. It is just called regular
Oh,
show.
geez.
What a
But, I
great
mean-
name though, right?
Wow.
Regular show.
Mazia, we're not
It's one
even
of those names
fans.
You
I
never
guess.
think about like
I
what
know.
it actually means. You're just like, yeah, it's regular show.
Yeah.
It's regular show.
It's a great
you know?
name.
It's. I almost said the regular show. Regular show. Do you guys know how it started? Like
No.
the idea.
No.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
so this is
just-
really weird. It's very weird because like most like kid shows, it was not initially meant to be a kid show.
Oh.
And well,
Uh-oh.
kind of. So the guy is a J.G. Quintel. Is that his name?
Yes.
Oh.
So he was going into Cartoon Network, and he had like he didn't really know exactly what to pitch, but he was like going in to pitch a show, and then he thought about this show or like this like short that he made in college for a project, and like it was him. Have you ever seen this show? It's on HBO Max, and it's I can't think of the name of it right now. I should know it, but it's like the main character is basically him. Like
Okay.
it's like a regular show style animation, but it looks like JG in real life.
Oh.
And his name is
okay.
Josh. And so that guy like is in this little short, and he's with like another guy, and this is really weird. They take acid and they turn into Mordecai and Benson.
Oh.
And he made this for college. Yeah, he made this for college.
I did
and
think
they were
that.
like, "Whoa, dude, I'm tripping out." And then that was like, he was like, "Well, let's just use these characters and make regular show."
Wow.
Yeah, I was pretty sure drugs were involved in some sense.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes sense.
Yeah, which is very weird. Very weird.
I had a feeling. So that's interesting, though, that it's Mordecai and Benson. So it's like not the two main characters yet.
Yeah.
You know, and actually they're at odds with each other. That's interesting, you know?
Yeah. And you, I mean, it's the short is out there. I've seen it before. It's not like super like I know they take drugs, but it's just like, it sounds weird, but it's not very like inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you just kind of realize, oh, I think they just did drugs.
Yeah, right.
I will say on that though, like what time of your lives were you watching regular show, or do you remember watching it the most?
I was thinking,
for me, it was like high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me too. Yeah, because when Maziot said kids show, I was wondering if he was watching it when he was a lot younger, but I was like, I don't feel like I really came across it till like, probably high school, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was I was 11 when it came out.
Oh,
but
wow.
I think I remember seeing it like I remember I'm trying to think how old I was. I remember the very first time I ever saw a regular show. I was at my brother's house. And we didn't have cable, but he did. And I was down in his basement. I was flipping through the channels, and I saw this show. And I was like, "Oh, Cartoon Network. Let's see what's on." And I click it, and I'm like, I think I'm watching Adult Swim. I was like, I don't think I should. Not
That's
because
the feel.
of anything that inappropriate
That's the
or
feel.
but it's just like the animation. You're like, and I remember thinking, am I allowed to watch this? And then like they were literally sitting around the table eating a bunch of wings, like getting like going crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, nothing inappropriate has happened. But it feels weird that I'm watching this, and then I realized I'm like, I think this is a kid's show, and then I just started looking up clips, and then I just started watching it more as time went on, and I fell in love.
It feels like regular show was sort of an in between from the normal kids cartoon shows to Adult Swim. Like it's somewhere in the middle. Because they definitely had. I was doing my homework and watching some of my favorite moments from the show. I did not realize, even in high school, so much stuff was going over my head. Like, there's a lot of dirty jokes in this show that I never noticed, like, the first time watching when I was in high school.
That's interesting, because maybe stuff is still going over my head, Pete, because I have no idea what you mean, so maybe I'm just missing a whole bunch.
I would say there was definitely some things I'm like, how did this get past, like okay, so I don't want to get into it. One of my favorite, we'll get into it later, but one of my favorite episodes has, like, a scene that's just so like violent, and it's like, whoa, okay, like how did this like get past like the censors or the people who like you know go through this stuff? But
no, I was gonna say
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say no,
cutting you off.
No, you're fine. Just to echo what.
So anyway,
I was just gonna say, to echo what you were saying earlier, I think that's what I love so much about the show. Not the violent part, but maybe this is a bad time to jump in. But just like,
close to my heart.
I would, like you said, it was almost like you were expecting it to get worse, expecting it to just be, you know, off in some way, or just it was pretty clean for the most part, I felt like, and it was like, as crazy as it would get, a lot of the show was chill, which is what I enjoyed. Like, it almost had, I don't know, it's weird, but it almost had like a soothing like aspect to it for me, and the humor was genuine, you know, and a lot of things I felt like were relatable too, so I thought that
very relatable. They were, Mordecai and Rigby were kind of living, even though they were like, you know, sort of adults and they had a full-time job and stuff like that. It felt like they were doing a lot of stuff that you would want to be doing as a high schooler, like whether it was like all the video game stuff or like going to the moon, you know,
driving golf carts everywhere.
Yeah.
Going to Cheezers.
Yeah.
Setting up chairs, getting almost fired every day. Just great stuff, man.
Yeah.
Peter and I were coworkers. We used to try to, like, at the funeral home, like, recreate regular show episodes.
Oh, no. Wow. If that
setting up the chairs, though, that's facts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if that was a show, I think it might be a little darker with the funeral.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
That's
no,
amazing.
I actually just, because again, I didn't have cable growing up, so I saw like very limited episodes of regular show until we got like Hulu and stuff, and I just actually went through this past year the whole series.
Oh,
and
nice.
I finished it, everything. It was so good because I had seen like up to season like 5, I think, for the most part, maybe season 6.
Yeah.
And like. But then that was it, and man, it was so great.
Oh.
Literally, my son, he's like almost 2 now, and I watched it so much, and I guess he picked up on it because I would go, oh, and he would go, oh.
No
like,
way.
So it was, and he raised his hand. I was like, this is amazing.
That's great.
Oh
my wife
gosh.
hated it.
You make a joke, he like daps you up. And
Oh my gosh. Yes. That's so great.
So Joey, you are wearing an I'm Eggscellent hat.
Yes, I was gonna say, I don't know, if you're listening on the podcast or on the video, if you can see it or not, but yes. So do you guys remember what this hat was from? Do you remember the episode and just like the significance of it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yes.
the significance, I don't know, but it was. I know the episode.
It's a really deep thing, Pete. Gosh.
Yeah.
All the emotional scarring that was healed in that episode.
Yes, just years undone.
Benson, just like all his therapy sessions really just paid off,
Where did you get this hat though, Joey?
I got the hat from, well, it's funny, because, okay, so I'd like, you guys know, like, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have like hats from different things. I never was like super into hats. Like I just liked wearing them. Yeah. And so I don't know. This was I've never like bought anything, any sort of merchandise that represents like a show, like I was never into a show that much, but I feel like I got to a point where I just liked the regular show a lot. And I think I just told my parents one Christmas, I was like, this is really silly, but there's this hat from this one episode. And I just think it would be hilarious to like have it and wear it. And so sure enough, Christmas morning, I opened it up and I was like, this is
You gave
amazing.
him a Christmas list. It was just every item was the hat.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to remember what exactly do either of you guys know what the Eggscellent challenge like was, like what the amount of food they had to eat was?
I was just watching this episode or like clips from it.
Oh, good.
And it was not that much food.
Nuh-uh.
It was like
I think it is a lot.
Yeah.
It was like a giant. Well, like
Wasn't it like 12 eggs or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, something like that. And then like two biscuits,
easy
a fruit
peasy.
bowl. But all I'm saying is they were like, nobody in the world has ever completed this challenge.
okay,
It's
okay.
not like nobody could eat that,
Yeah. Well, I was just
Yes.
thinking, I can't remember, but I feel like Rigby was on his deathbed for some reason, maybe from the challenge or something. And I think it was he wanted Mordecai or the group, right, to go back and win him the hat. That was like his last request. That's what I'm vaguely remembering.
Please get me the hat.
Yes. Nice, Pete.
Stop
It's
talking.
like, okay, dude.
Pete, you're good with the voice.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that was really good.
I'm impressed.
Been practicing for this moment.
Naz, we'll have him do all our quotes. Anything we need.
Yeah, all right. Can you do Muscle Man real quick? give me little pops right now. Give me little pops.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
me?
yeah, I actually had, no, I was just kidding.
I was
You zoned out. No, I have a friend that very much loves the regular show, as well as Dan Murphy. He's been on a bunch, and I think he has the hat. I know that he did the challenge.
No,
like he straight up just like did it one day.
What?
That makes sense.
I think he finished, and then he also did the milk one.
Oh.
And I think he threw up
Milk
or
one?
something.
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, don't they like it's like get 2 minutes you have to jug
A gallon.
Yeah, chug a gallon of milk.
Yeah, I feel like 90% of people throw up on that one.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah, that's pretty
Not
bad.
at all.
Well, see, I haven't done the challenge, so I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy of this hat. Forget it.
Yeah, you're a phony, Joey. Get out of here, man.
No, my hair's messed up.
Rigby almost died for that hat.
Yeah, I know, right? What kind of fan am I? Just wearing this around.
So I don't think you know this, Joey, but I know you know the video, but I don't think you know that I've seen your birthday video that was made.
Oh.
That was basically like a regular show episode about like you and Peter and another one of your friends.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah.
I was just gonna mention like that shows you the significance of it up even into college. That like, I mean, Peter and I, that was one thing I feel like we connected on initially as friends. We were like, oh, we both watched this, and
I was like, oh, this guy looks regular.
yeah, we'd like quote it and stuff, and they, oh my gosh, they made that clip, and I guess it's kind of a spoiler, but that is actually I think my favorite episode, which we can talk about later.
Really?
The quote from that they used from it. And So yeah, it was really special though. I don't know, yeah, Pete, how you guys did that with the graphics, like put us in there, like in the episode.
It was like very impressive. It was like now it was so impressive.
Yeah.
Now I remember. So this is me and my friend Jake, who we'll have to have at the podcast at some point.
Yes.
I haven't approved that.
It's true. It's true. We gotta put it through the right council.
Oh no.
That's right. So basically, we wanted to put Joey like in a regular show episode or something like that.
Yes.
And so I don't even remember what my involvement was. I think we worked together on the script, but then Jake went and learned how to basically make a cartoon animation, and he makes this whole animated sequence.
It's crazy.
Like mirroring a scene from an episode in the show, and puts Joey in it, puts me and himself in it. And it was just so I was like, wow, you just like learned to do this? And he was like, yeah, it took me like 20 hours, but it was worth it.
Yes.
He spent so much time on it. But.
And
that's wild.
Yeah, in addition to that, there was 2 other parts of the episode that you guys used regular show like clips. The one was with the couch, the uncomfortable couch that Mordecai and Rigby buy, and they're like, it's not that comfortable. They're like, no, try sitting on it this way or this way. And
it smells like old man pants.
Yeah. and the significance behind that was in college, our senior year, my roommate, my RA partner, and I had this couch. We wanted to get a different couch, or we were just going to get rid of it. And so we sold our couch to Peter and Jake, their RA partners. And we got it for exactly what we paid for. It was like $40 or something, but we made off like bandits. The couch was
There's like the finishing on this couch is like peeling off in so many places.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but it was what do you call those? That lay flat? What do you call those kind of couches?
It did lay flat.
Like a futon?
Yes.
It like you could fold it up
and
it was
tofu.
a
I don't
couch,
know
or you could fold it down and it was like a bed basically. But it was the most uncomfortable bed like ever. Trying to sleep on it was like horrendous.
Yeah.
So anyways, like in that episode of the show, like they get the couch, they're hype about it, right? And then they actually sit on it, and Mordecai goes, "This is the most uncomfortable couch I've ever sat on." And then that was basically what happened to us once we bought Joey's couch.
Yeah.
It was like, oh crap.
Once again, showing the relatability of the show, and even things like that, which are like, how would that relate?
So true to life.
Yeah.
So true
Dude,
to
it
life.
is so true to life. I like being a one-cheek wonder like Rigby. I really.
Oh, I know. I forgot about
If you've
that.
never watched
One
it,
cheek.
they have this thing where like Rigby just has like one butt cheek. Like, forgot why they call it the one-cheek wonder.
Oh my gosh.
He's just a raccoon with a giant scar on one side of his body. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yes. I forgot about
This
that.
this show is just, I love the world they build. And actually in that show, which I tried to look up the name of it, but I wasn't too focused on trying to get it. But the other show that JG Quintel makes, like there's like in the first episode, there's like they're looking for houses, and they show like a bunch of like random houses, and then it stops for a second, and it's the park house for sale, and then it keeps going.
No.
Which is just like, I love the world they build, and I love
There's
that it's
lore.
like, yeah, I haven't really seen I'm like the other show too much. I don't think it's not a kid show. I don't think I'd continue watching it, but I've seen clips and stuff from it.
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't think it's exactly appropriate. But I do love the world that he builds. Like it's just, and I
True.
love that he's always the main character, which is just awesome. I
And
just-
we
I think
have
it's great.
absolutely failed to mention to this point that the reason we're making this now is that regular show went off the
This is kind of important.
the entire
Bro.
reason for this podcast is that regular show went off the air 5 years ago last
a
Saturday.
week ago. Yeah,
I could
yeah.
not believe
Which
that.
is,
Yeah.
dude, that's wild. 2017 was 5 years ago, and like I can't believe it's been that long. I feel like regular show just ended.
Yeah.
You know,
I can't
feel
believe
like-
it was on the air until 2017.
Yeah,
It's
really.
kind
Yeah.
of recent, honestly.
2009 to 2017, and they had a movie. Which did you guys see the movie?
No, I don't think
so,
I
but
have.
it wasn't memorable.
Yeah, that's what I was
just-
thinking.
I watched
Maybe
it.
I have.
I watched it. It was okay. It was honestly, I like the show a lot better, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was better than some decisions they've made in the show, which we'll get into. But
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say I don't know how the movie went, but I just feel like because the episodes were so quick, right? Something I liked about the
Yeah.
show, they were like 12 minutes or like really quick, and then so to imagine the movie basically lengthening that
Yeah.
to the length of a movie, I don't know. It just very
Yeah.
different.
It was like the whole plot was like something had happened that made Mordecai and Rigby in the future not be friends, and then they like went back in time and they tried to change something, and they had like a weird like teacher that was like a villain, and basically like I don't know, it was a little interesting, and I thought it was okay. Like I said, there was a few good moments. It wasn't super memorable, but this is so weird. It was a made-for-TV movie, and it got nominated for an Academy Award.
No
which
way.
is like really like
It's true.
really weird. Yeah, which I didn't exactly realize. And apparently, no, I don't want to bring up too much. You remember it was an Exit 6.
It was Exit
or something like
Oh.
that.
yeah,
something. It was like
Yep.
the episode of regular show that was supposed to be the finale of the show.
Oh.
So what they did, like then they still wanted to make a movie, and actually they decided to continue the show. But they were like a lot of the stuff that was in that episode, because it showed like every character like ever, like it was like a huge Endgame type experience.
Oh.
But then they kind of used all that, and then they were like, we still really want to make a movie, so let's just come up with something new. And like so like a lot of the stuff that they would have done was in that episode.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked at a video today about it, so
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that.
I was gonna say you're really prepared, Mazzy. I was like, I did a little research, but
you know,
He's well
I just
versed.
called up.
he's an encyclopedia, guys. All right, yeah. So I was just thinking, do you guys remember the episodes that were like the scary stories in the park? Like they had a couple different ones, and the episodes broken
That's
up.
my favorite.
Those are all really good. I can't remember any specifically, but I just remember like, oh, it's like I get 3 episodes in one. You know, this is really fun.
Yeah.
I love. There's a few shows that do that. Bob's Burgers does that, which is another actually very good show if you haven't seen it.
I'll have to check that
That's-
out
it-
again. It's been a while.
Some things remind me of regular shows. Some of the humor, like it's very similar at times. But they do that. They have an episode like that too. I love that where they just tell stories and like it shows you like it's just so good.
It is good.
It's better than a flashback episode. Have you seen those in like
Yeah.
live action shows?
Oh,
where they
I hate
It's
flashback
like
ones.
the second to last episode, or or like the finale of the show is like they just look back.
Oh,
It's like,
They're all sitting around. They're like, "Do you remember that one time?" We're like, "Can you just do something good with the end? I already know what happened."
Yes,
Right.
we know this.
wait, hot take
No,
though.
those were good.
Pete will know what I'm talking about. Mazziot, do you like Adventure Time? How do you feel about it? No.
Oh, actually, I feel I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say
Okay.
because I started watching it like when I like ran out of regular show episodes to watch because at one point I was watching it and I was caught up and then I
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah.
And then I go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you're hoping for like another regular show, you ain't gonna get it.
No.
Yeah, well, I got pretty far into it, but do you guys remember the one episode where they like I don't know what they do, but it's like psychedelics, and it's like it
What?
gets really weird. Like that's when I stopped
Oh,
watching.
Is that
'Cause,
is
like,
that the
there's this
episode
one
that was like the life cycle of a like
Yes!
butterfly?
Yes,
That's
It's
where I
so
stopped watching too.
Dude,
That's
I was
literally
done.
it.
I literally was like, okay, these people are really, really into some weird stuff that are making this show, and I'm not comfortable.
Oh,
and I
God.
stopped watching.
Yeah, there would be, and not to get it too into Adventure Time, but
Yeah.
there
Really.
would be some like weird
Save
like,
that for another
one-off
pod.
episodes that were like a little like a different format or like something
Yeah.
like nothing important would happen to the story at all, and I was like, that's okay, but I can deal with it because like it's like the stuff. It's only like once in a
Yeah.
while, but then like that episode came on, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it. If a show doesn't, like, if it's about nothing, if it just accomplishes nothing, I can't do it. So I was watching Seinfeld the other day.
Right. No, yeah, the whole reason I brought it up was I remember, because Peter and I had related on the regular show thing, and he was like, oh, yeah, how do you feel about Adventure Time? And I don't know, Peter, I think you were watching through it at the time or something. I was like, no, I don't, that one's too weird for me. Like, I mean, regular shows,
Yeah.
you know?
I do like Adventure Time, but later on it gets
Yeah.
just like kind of dumb.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we should get into our favorite quotes from
Ooh,
this
okay.
regular show.
Okay.
Yes, and
We're
we're
gonna
be
draft
drafting
them,
these.
and then we're gonna have our Instagram followers vote on them.
Wow.
Who has the best list?
Yes. So, for this, why don't we let our guest of honor go first? So I'll
Sure,
be taking.
I'll-
I'm just
I'll
kidding.
be
Go ahead,
down.
Joey.
Oh,
we
we
made
both
the
made
same
the same.
joke. Dang it.
Oh,
Peter,
my
we're too much
God.
alike. This is not good. This is not good. All right, Joey, why don't you go
want me to
first?
kick us
You know
off?
what? I'll take the last pick.
Okay.
'Cause I'm the bigger man, Peter.
There you go.
Okay. Wait, so how is this working? Am I listing quotes or are we?
So you would take your first draft pick. So you draft something, you draft a quote. You can obviously tell us what that is, maybe give some context, and then Peter will go, he'll draft one. But like if I take like, one time Rigby said hi, and you're like, oh, I was going to take that, then, oh, well, you can't have it now.
Got
and
you.
I hope I don't run
Exactly.
Got you. Okay. Yeah.
Slim pickings over here.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, I think, man, I have 2 quotes
Draft
prepared.
your heavy hitters first.
Okay. They have to be ones I come up with that I have?
Yeah, so whatever like quotes from the show. I mean, not that you make up.
Yeah, right. No, okay. I've got
one time I said
I've got
wow,
2 written down, and I
episode
can
of regular
come up with
show.
more on the spot if I need them. But I've got two.
Yeah,
right here.
yeah.
Okay. So my favorite,
go.
I think this is probably on Peter's, maybe yours too, Mazia. But my favorite is from that favorite episode I told you guys, the Cool Bikes episode, where the gist of it is Mordecai and Rigby just start to become too cool, and they cause like this. I don't even know what happens, but they're brought
Rift
into
in space-time
yes,
as usual.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah, and they're brought into intergalactic cool court because they've been too cool. Yeah, and so basically they're on trial for being too cool, and the punishment is death or something absurd. So, anyways,
Erased from existence.
yeah, I've got it on my phone, but Mordecai and Rigby go to say something they say like objection. And the really cool judge guy, I forget does anybody remember his name? I think he had a cool name.
No.
I can't remember.
I'm sure it was.
Judge Broseph Chilaxton.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Peter. That's pretty, I mean, that's close. I feel like that's got to be it. He's got the headpiece and the sunglasses, and oh, it's great. But yeah, so they say something, and he goes, overruled. And then the defense attorney, who's this wacky guy, he just goes, overruled, judge, or overcooled? And he grabs a guitar. Oh, it's so good. But then the best part is the judge goes to the recorder person who's playing, hey, can you play that back for me? And then the recorder person goes, overruled, judge, or overcooled? And she goes, blah, 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 blah. It's amazing. That whole episode's amazing, but I die every time.
I know. That killed me. That was definitely on my top 3. So
Yeah.
good pick right there.
Got it. First round.
I'm safe.
I love that.
Oh, he's safe.
All right.
Okay.
So I am going to go with the classic, no, dude, you can't touch music, but music can touch you. This is from the episode where they the tape cassette comes to life, and Rigby tries to punch it or
you know
something.
what that means, isn't it? Is that the one?
Yep.
It's catchy.
So I think Rigby tries to punch him or something, and he's like, "What?" And his fist just goes right through the tape cassette, and he's like, "What? How's this happening?" And Mordecai's like, "You can't touch music, dude, but music can touch you." It's a legendary line. And then Rigby's response is, "Oh, barf."
That makes it even better.
Oh. So I was preparing because I think your guy, after this quote that I have, I don't have that many good ones. At all. But I was trying to look up some just to be prepared. But I'm going to actually play mine really quick.
Oh man, okay. Next level.
Are you guys ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
Tool of death.
Hold on.
Yes. Wait.
Sensei,
Hold
I
on.
think somebody just death clogged the toilet.
Yes.
Yo,
that's a
somebody
great one.
just death clogged the toilets. That's the best.
Man.
That is my favorite quote from the show. Because everything is death quan do, death quan this, death quan that. And then the guy just comes like, hey, sensei, somebody just death clogged the toilet.
That's a great impression.
Mazia, I mean, we must have the same humor because I totally forgot about that quote, but
Come on.
I definitely died laughing when I heard that. I remember
Bro, and the best part is this guy is he's already screaming so intensely, and then he comes in, he tells him something not even that big of a deal, and he's at the same
Screams
level.
again.
No,
His scream is just beautiful too. It's like, no.
Oh, it's amazing.
so good. Oh man.
All right, back to me. Those are some solid ones I have to say to warm up with.
some heavy hitters.
Okay, this one, if it's
all downhill from here.
Yeah, right. If this one's not on Peter's list, I would almost argue that it should be because I feel like he's.
It's on mine too. It's on mine too.
I feel like he said it to me more than maybe it's not right to take it at this point, but I think I can do it.
Do it.
Okay, so
end him.
And the reason finish him. Death Quan wreck him. I don't know. Okay, so hear me out. The episode is Mordecai and the Rigby's, which I just watched the other day. I love, guys, this song,
not.
which, like, this is just an aside, but the song that they play, that Mordecai and Rigby play, so they get these band shirts and they go up on stage, and Mordecai and Rigby from the future, who are, like, huge rock stars because they lip-synced and became famous. That's the whole gist of it. And so they help Mordecai and Rigby get up on stage and sing. But the song is, I just love the song. I wish I could find it. The funny thing is, like, I've looked all over for it to, like, try and download it on my phone. No, I can't get it.
Your eyes staring into my
eyes.
eyes.
The surprise.
Who am I but a guy?
Yes.
With 2 eyes on the prize.
Well, the surprise in your eyes as I kiss you goodnight.
Yes.
So good. Anyway, sorry, not the quote. The quote is when they're about to play, Peter, do you know it? Actually, I'm going to let Peter do it. I'm going to let Peter do it because he's a good muscle man. So they're about to play, and the crowd's completely silent. And Muscle Man rips off his shirt and says,
"Come on, ladies, play us a tasty lick." It's terrible impression that time.
No, it's fine.
It's such a good
He's
line.
like ripping, he's got his shirt.
Tasty lick.
I love it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's dead silent in the room, and then just Muscle Man. It's incredible.
Yes, it's a great one.
What a great pick, Joey.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you.
So
I'm still safe.
my next one is also a song from the show, and this is an episode where it's called Butt Dial, and Mordecai butt dials Margaret.
Just watch this.
And he's accidentally like singing a song that he like comes up with on the spot about her, and he butt dials her the entire song.
Yes.
And so he tries to go to her phone, delete it, and then because he's breaking some cosmic intergalactic law, he gets whisked off to another court or something, and
burn them.
And Margaret basically
sorry,
the smoke signal guy.
Yes.
It's like the I don't know, Eternals of communication,
right?
Guardians or something like that. It's always something like that. But they're listening back to the song, and Margaret like has to listen to the entire thing. And then there's a part where Mordecai's singing just off the cuff, and he's like, "Oh Margaret, can't you see your future with me is brighter than the ocean?" What? Brighter than the ocean.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that line.
Your future with me is brighter than the ocean.
Yeah, this song is really, I mean, it's good
Beautiful.
too. I remember watching that episode and just being like, man, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, obviously it's like, weird guy girl thing. You'd probably never want, it's hard to think we're all being married now, like remembering back to that.
It's true.
There is some cringe to it, but I'm just like, I don't know. It could be worse songs played.
Could be worse.
But
it could be.
That was good.
All right, I'm still safe. This is fantastic.
Ooh.
I feel good.
Ooh.
I have another clip. This is my last clip.
Okay.
Yes.
It's very quick.
I'll try and be
It's like
quiet
a
this
second.
time.
All right, here you go, guys.
Hello, governor.
Yeah.
That's it. Hello, governor. Just I saw that. That was one of the first like episodes I think
Me
saw.
too.
Probably like
Me
second
too.
or third one, maybe. But it was like early on.
Really?
And Peter, we used to say that to each other all the time. I don't know if you remember that. We like loved that
Really?
episode. Yes.
I don't even remember that. That's
Yeah,
gotta
hello,
be ancient, because that
governor.
was the first episode I saw.
Yeah.
Really?
Hello, governor.
that seems like-
it's just so like.
It seems like such
I
a
love-
weird episode. I don't remember it, but I remember it
is.
being kind of creepy. I don't know. It's just like
It was. Because it's just like about this like horror movie about a car, and then doesn't it like actually happen to them or something like that?
I think
I don't
so.
even remember the
A
full
guy
episode.
comes after them, and in the
Yeah.
end, he's just like some guy like advertising for a movie.
Oh,
It just makes no sense.
That's right.
But it's so good because like the big scary like this is like the line of the scary evil haunted car is hello governor. Like,
Yes.
It's really dumb.
It's so stupid.
It's like,
and
what?
it's so British.
Hello, governor. The movie they're watching.
Hello governor. So yeah, that's my second one.
In honor of
So
you
good.
guys, I'll have to go back and watch that one because it's been a while since I've seen that.
It's a good one.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, I thought of another one. Are we going around one more time? or-
third and final pick.
Okay. Wow. Well, I was just going to say, I just have to shout out to all of their Mordecai and Rigby's like little songs that they come up with, little jingles. Yes. You guys know what I'm talking about? There's so many good ones. They're
amazing.
Yeah, and it's like this is kind of a weird one, but it's the one that's coming to mind for me. That's funny.
It's okay to say that on the podcast. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. So, do you think you know, Peter?
I know it.
Okay. Here we go. Well, it's I don't know what the context is really, but it's Mordecai Rigby.
There's no context.
There never is, right?
Even in context, it makes no sense.
He goes, "Don't look at our crotches while we synchronize our watches." Boop boop beep boop boop beep boop beep beep boop, and then beep beep boop. Beep beep boop. They add a couple more beeps at the end.
I almost took it.
Yes.
It's pretty iconic.
It is a great one.
It's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
That's so incredible. I think, like you said, there's a lot of songs in the show, and that is why my third and final. I have some honorable mentions, of course, after this.
Oh yeah,
we gotta share. But this is one of my favorites. So basically, like, Mordecai and Rigby play video games together all the time. There's this competition that Mordecai and Rigby want to go to and win. But Rigby is not good at video games. So Mordecai decides to take skips with him instead, and Rigby is ticked. So they're all on this car trip like across the country, and like it's just super awkward because Rigby hates him at this point. And they're like, oh, it's like, do you have any music or anything? Rigby pulls out this cassette tape, pops it in, and he's like, I got some music, and I got the clip right here to listen to.
Let's hear it.
Oh, wait. Here we go.
Hey, you guys mind if I put in my mixtape? Why do friends not pick their friends to enter a video game competition with them when they know that they would want to be in it? I guess it's because they just don't want to win it. You should have picked me.
It just keeps going on and on.
Yeah, and then,
I love that.
Dude, at the end, remember you hear Mordecai knocking on the bathroom door. He's like, Rigby, come on, let's go. He's like, hold on, he's finishing the song in the bathroom.
He's finishing the mixtape.
Right before they leave. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's amazing. And then later that night, they're like staying in a hotel, and Rigby's outside with like a boombox standing on the car.
Yes.
Just playing the song. It's like he's the most petty character.
It is
in any show.
Oh my gosh. Real question. Do you guys like genuinely like Rigby?
Oh man.
Yeah, I do.
I go back and forth because sometimes I'm like, dude, this guy is so terrible. But he's
as a
also
person, no. But it's like a Michael
That's what
Scott, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's like if you had to
him in
live
real
with
life,
him, or worked with him, you'd
my
probably really not like him that much. But he adds to the show, I'd say.
It's priceless.
Yes.
All right, Maz. Final quote.
Here we go. I'm so happy. None of the ones on my list. They're all pretty like basic though. Have been taken.
Did we not take any of each other's quotes?
Well, I had LO Governor, but not my top. My top three.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I'm just gonna take a classic. My mom.
Wow.
That is,
how did we not?
Right? I know
That's crazy.
because literally,
man.
and this gets into like one of my favorite episodes, but I just love that he tells the joke wrong and he does it so much because he was like, it's not you. Like, and finally, in one episode, they tell him like, it's not like my mom, it's your mom, and they just start telling your mom jokes, and he flips out. It's so good. Muscle Man is just, he's the best, and that is like the my mom thing is probably like the most like I always quote that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whenever I think about regular show, that's the thing that comes to mind. Is like, oh, you know who else? Blah 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 blah. My mom.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so.
Incredible.
So what was the reason he says it wrong? Was there a reason he says my mom? I can't remember. Oh, and you meet his mom later. I do.
You meet it. You meet. I think it's isn't that in the episode?
It might be
after like. Or his brother shows up. Somebody from his family shows up because he like flips out that they're like talking about his mom. And High Five Ghost is like, guys, stop.
Oh, that's right.
Please, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to, no.
He goes
but
into rage.
no, I don't know if there's a reason or not. I think is it maybe like he can say stuff about her, but no one else can.
I think so.
Like
yeah, I think you're right.
Weird.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
So good.
Yeah. So do you have any honorable mentions, guys?
Oh man. I can't think of one offhand, but you guys go first, and I'll see if I think of any.
All right, so I got a couple. Actually, yeah, just Okay, I have 3 that I didn't mention. I hope I don't steal any of yours, Maz.
You probably did.
A bunch of baby ducks. Send them to the moon. A soda machine that doesn't work. Send it to the moon. And then when Rigby legally changes his name to Trash Boat. Dude, did you remember this, Joey?
Wait, hold on. I think it's going to be good.
It's so good.
For whatever reason, Rigby legally changes his name to Trash Boat, and it just like ruins his life like in every way. That's a great episode.
So good.
And then there's one, I think it's in one of the last seasons. It's like something like crazy is going on. They're like on another planet or something, and like everything is about music. I think there's always some kind of theme, and there's something cosmic going on. But
right,
whatever the villain, who's like, I remember so little context of this scene. I just remember the line is like the bad guy's like about to, he's about to get like basically crushed. Like he's about to die. They're about to like win the day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then right before this guy dies, he just like looks at this like giant semi or whatever that's like coming to like crush him, and he's like thank you. And then he kills him. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Whoa.
And I was like, why is this show so extra?
It really is.
It's really so over the top.
Oh my god.
So over the top. Those are all of mine.
On my list, I had Stop Talking.
Yeah.
I had, of course, Oh, and then I had Coffee.
Coffee.
Nice.
That is
the coffee bean episode is just, it's just so weird.
Oh my gosh.
If you've seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, oh well. Don't look it up.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's just weird.
Yeah, there were definitely some that stood out more than others of just like, okay. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yes.
Oh, do you guys remember?
Yeah, there was
go ahead.
I
was just going to say, GBF, giant beardo face. It's like, no, my name is Garrett Bobby Ferguson.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So when I was like desperately searching for quotes, I didn't have to use any of them, which is great. I saw this thing, which just shows you that it's like kind of a kid show, but kind of not, where they're like, and this is just like this is like they have like the script from this one part. So it's like, Benson, do you see them? Pops, not yet. Benson, hit the lights. It's almost 8 p.m. Muscle Man. Whoa, woo, Skips is going to be so surprised when he comes in and sees us all totally naked. Benson, it's not that type of party, Muscle Man, don't turn on the lights. It's just so weird.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man.
It's so unnecessary, but so funny.
Dude. The other episode I just watched recently to prepare was the one where Benson is like, Mordecai and Rigby are just, they're always ticking off Benson. But in this episode, they're just being absolutely like ridiculously stupid. And it gets to the point where Benson's just like freaking out on him all the time. And then Pops like is trying to do stuff and hears Benson yelling at him, calls him up and basically says, I'm going to fire you guys unless you stop yelling at him. And so I remember thinking that episode was so funny, but I just watched it again now and I honestly got a little sad because it was so sad to see. Yeah, just like Benson just gets so full of rage and then it flashed back.
Pops was going to fire Benson?
If he did, Pops was going to fire Benson if he didn't stop yelling at Mordecai and Rigby. But
everyone forgets Pops has authority.
Yeah, that's right. Because his dad wasn't there. And so, he did the power flex on him.
Which the fact that his dad adopted him was one of the biggest shocks. Because they look exactly alike. They're like their weird like lollipop heads.
So should we, on the topic of Pops, should we just get right into discussing the final season?
I think so.
If we must.
What are your thoughts? It was very divisive. A lot of different stuff happens. Wow. What did y'all think?
Well, I'll let you guys talk to this because honestly, I was looking back at the episodes, and I do remember them being up in space. And if you guys can help refresh me, I can't remember why they had to go to space, but I did like kind of read through like for the final episodes and the ending and stuff.
You didn't rewatch the entire final season in preparation?
Dude,
no.
Dude, come on.
No, I didn't.
I'm finishing it right now.
Oh, are you? Wait, but you've seen it, right, Mazia?
It's playing in the background.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Jeez, man, don't take it so seriously,
This is serious.
So it starts, if I remember correctly, because I kind of came back to the show
Yeah.
Like years later, I was like, huh, like I realized I like never saw how it ended, and so I
You watched
binged
this at my
like you did.
house.
Your house?
The
What?
second episode, you were like, dude, I just started it again. And I was so confused. I was like, bro.
Wow.
I don't
Why
even
would-
remember doing that, but that sounds like something I would do. So I think that they start out like the entire park like gets put in like a dome for like
yes.
some reason, and that's like the second
Why?
season.
Why?
Yes. They don't tell him why.
Oh.
They
Yeah,
just,
they're
like,
oh,
test them.
the park is a part of this like big experiment, and they're not allowed to leave the park. It's very
Yeah.
like there's like human rights being violated.
That's
They
very
could leave the park sometimes, eventually.
That's very
Okay.
Simpson movie-esque. Do you guys ever see the Simpson
Yeah,
movie?
no, it
The
is.
giant
Yes,
dome.
it is. It's
Mm.
it's literally like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what happens at the end of like the second to last season, at the season finale, they blast the entire park into space. And it's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? And you think like anything else in the show, it's just
Yeah.
gonna go right back to being the same way.
Right.
Like,
And
the
it
next
doesn't.
episode.
Yeah.
But the entire last season, they're in space.
Yeah.
And it
It's-
completely changed the whole show. And there's aren't there all these other parks like
Yes.
also that
it's like
are
a
been
fleet
blasted into
of, It's like a
space?
fleet of parks.
Oh my!
And it's yeah, and you don't find out what it is for a long time. But I remember
don't
like
even remember.
it was because they were all trying to protect Pops.
Really?
Because everything is about Pops. The whole show you find out like everything is about Pops.
Yeah, you got to
And-
rehash that ending
Yeah.
for me because it gets
It was-
very
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, I just know like first of all, not none of it, but a lot of the episodes weren't as memorable, and I didn't mind that they were in space, but I just wanted it to go back to like the way it was.
Right.
well
You
said,
know.
well said.
Right.
Yeah,
they
and
were
it
still
was-
good episodes.
Yeah.
But it was like, is this is just a different show now? And like, why are they doing this
Yeah.
for the final
It-
season?
Okay, it feels like you guys obviously we're all around the same age. You watched Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, but you remember when they went on they became Sweet Life on deck, and it was kind of the same. It was like that. It was like
Right.
it almost felt like a different
Wow.
like show.
That's a
That's
good
a-
comparison. Yeah.
Thank you. I was proud of that one right off the top. Oh, and it reminded me of this one episode of Sweet Life. No, I'm just kidding. I have no more Sweet Life things. But,
Yeah, we
when
did
they're
other
up
shows.
there. It like you slowly like Pops like you start realizing he has all these like superpowers,
Mm.
and it's just like what are they leading to? And then like, do you guys remember the episode with the dream?
No.
Where
No.
there's like a guy and he's like, where do you live? And like Pops is like, I'm not gonna tell you. And like, and it keeps happening. And like, apparently it's some like weird
Oh yeah.
dream, like somebody hired someone to go in his dreams. And like, I don't know, it was very weird.
Huh.
But it all leads to this like whole like storyline with like anti-Pops and Pops. And you find out that like every like millennium this happens where they fight and they destroy the universe. And it got really weird. I don't remember the details. I was trying to
Super
refresh.
weird.
Yeah.
Wow.
It gets weird. Like, but like Pops is like find out like he has all these powers. He's the most powerful, and like everything was like leading up to this moment, and he has to fight anti-Pops, but he just wants to hug him. And they
No.
hug their way into space, and Pops sacrifices himself. And great ending. I shed a tear. I'm gonna
Last
be, I'm
episode,
gonna be
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, I think I
But-
did too.
And you see everybody
the
grow
last
up
season.
and their families and stuff.
Yes,
Oh,
that's the best.
man.
Like, that's what
Does-
got
wait,
me. They have,
does, wait. Does Margaret marry Mordecai?
No.
I don't.
No?
think so.
No.
She's
So
not?
guys, I was just gonna say I don't know. Yeah, if you remembered, but I
Yeah.
just was reading through like the script of the last episode, and I remember it said something like,
He's like, I've had it on my coffee table since the show ended.
I've got a couple highlights for funny quotes and then memorable things, different colors and.
yeah, of course.
But it said something like, and sorry to the audience if this isn't quite right, but it was like Mordecai met a bat, some sort of bat woman that he ended up being happy with, and he quit his job at the park and started
Yeah.
painting, but he
Yeah,
incorporated elements of Margaret or Eileen in his art. I forget what it was. It was kind of like weird, but it was like
Yeah.
that never closed. But I know Rigby did marry Eileen, and they had kids,
Really?
and they're really happy. I think did Muscle Man end up with Starla? I think he did.
Oh, they got married in like
Oh, yeah.
season like 6.
That's right.
Yeah,
that was
true,
like
yeah.
earlier.
Which
But-
did he have a daughter or something like that? Like when he was up in space.
Oh, he might. I can't
I
remember.
don't know.
Uh,
Like he came back to her or something. I don't know.
Yes.
I do have a question though on I don't remember like the bat lady thing. That's like super out of nowhere
I
for
think
me.
I was
but
about to
I
ask the
believe
same
you.
question.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
what did you guys think when Margaret was like they were no longer a thing, and then this other girl came in, CJ,
CJ.
Cloudy J or something like
Dude.
that.
Yeah.
And I really liked her. I was like, they're a good match.
I was just about to ask team Margaret or team
Ooh,
CJ.
And then he doesn't end up with her either.
I know.
What do you?
And it's just frustrating.
Peter, you sound team CJ. Is that where you fall?
Okay, Margaret upset me a lot of times in the show, so I would probably have to say Cloudy J. Like, I just off the, I don't know, a top level view. I'm like, like I remember the days when Mordecai was like so into Margaret, and they had these ups and downs, and I like wanted them to be together. But now, like really examining it, I'm like, wow, Margaret pissed me off a lot.
Yeah, really. I can't.
How about you, Joey?
I don't know. I liked it. I mean, yeah, I remember at first being like, oh, who's this new girl, CJ? But she had like a fun personality, you know, like she was, I don't know, they were a little bit more adventurous or something. I don't know. I can't quite remember it all. But I was just like, oh, Margaret and Mordecai, it's like the class. You always hope they get back together at the end and it all works out. You know, both being Blue Jay and a cardinal?
Classic love story.
Cardinal, yeah.
Yeah. But, well, I don't know. What do you think, Mazia?
I'm team CJ. I think Margaret stinks. At first, obviously, at first, she was a great character. Yeah. But, like, as the show went on, she was so bad. She was just terrible to Mordecai. I almost said Rigby.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was... Yeah, I'm going to have to go team CJ. I think she really was better.
Yeah.
Especially for him.
I can't remember. What did she do? Did she do anything? I can't... What did you guys... refresh my memory.
I think it was because she, like... They broke up because of Margaret, I think. Really? It was like this, like, I think, because it was like something like she was kind of getting jealous, and then he was like, "There's nothing there," and they had to prove himself a couple times, and then like I think like eventually like
I remember
that sounds familiar. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
And I felt and like CJ, the very first time you see her, it ends really badly. Like she like turns into a giant like storm cloud and like tries to kill everybody.
Yeah.
But after that, she's so great, you know.
Right.
It's true.
And, yeah, I think she was a better character, like for sure. I was really team CJ.
That's fair.
I'm team Batwoman.
Team
Whatever he ends up with.
Just a new Pete's all about those new flames, you know, the new
Oh yeah. Ooh, who's next? Yeah. All right, so we should run through our favorite episodes real quick.
Yeah, so, and then we'll do some thank yous after that.
Okay.
Let's start with our guest, our honored guest.
Oh, my favorite episode.
Yes.
Oh wow. Well, you guys said it, and well, I mean, no, you didn't say it. Sorry, I said it earlier. What am I saying?
He's like, one really smart person said it.
Yeah, who was that? Oh, it was me. Yeah, cool bikes, man. Cool bikes. And I would say, to elaborate, it's my favorite episode because it just goes to show you there's a lesson for the kids, you know. As cool as you try to be, you know, you try and dress up and look cool in front of people. At the end of the day, the cool court might just take your life, so it's not worth it, kids.
Wow. Oh, gosh.
That's the lesson.
I remember when they got so cool that they were like, "That's the thing, Benson. We don't care what you think."
Yes.
And then that's when they get. And it was like, boom.
That's what brought them into the court.
Dude,
yeah,
so good.
That was
actually kind of epic. Not gonna lie.
Great episode.
I think my favorite episode was Terror Tales of the Park.
Really?
Because
which
like
one?
I said, I love. Okay, I thought they were all named something different.
Yeah.
But this one I think is season 3.
Okay.
But because I love those episodes. Like I love like there's like shows they always do something like every show has their holiday where they do like a big episode and a special and stuff.
You're right.
I love like they do the Halloween stuff and they tell just like crazy stories. I love we established that. That's the best.
Yes.
But the one I think it's season 3 where like something like Pops tells a story and then somebody else tells a story, but the best one is like Rigby when he tells a story about like throwing eggs at a wizard's house. and this is the thing that's like the most violent part, but it's just so like off the wall that's like my favorite episode.
Is it Eggscellent?
Like, because you know. But so he throws like eggs at that guy's house and he gets mad and he's like, "I'm a wizard. I'm gonna," you know, he's like, "Yeah, right." And then eventually like he like puts like a curse on him. And he like turns into the house, like into a house, like Rigby does. Inside him, and then like this wizard just starts coming after them, and like Muscle Man gets dragged out. And again, this is like Rigby telling the story. He gets dragged out. And again, this is like a kid's show. And he's in the bushes. Then they're like, "He's gone." And then they hear like a knock at the door, and they open it up. And he has no skin, which is like insane. It's so wild. But then the best thing is he's like, "See," and he's like about to die. He's like, "See, I told you guys I was ripped. And he just falls over. like high five Ghost gets sucked into a phone. Like this is wild.
No.
Maybe it isn't my favorite episode. I don't know. Mordecai
scary.
gets like decapitated. It's like very like they don't show it, but they show his feet and then his head just hits the ground and he's like, "Man, Rigby, this is all your fault," or something like that, or like you should have listened to him. But like everyone dies in it, but it's just so like off the wall, and they're all like, "Rigby, like what was that?"
Yeah.
I just thought it was so good.
Yeah. It was
So
actually
I was kind
scary.
of going back and forth between two of like the most classic episodes, but I think I'm gonna go with the one that Joey is wearing on his head, and that is Eggscellent. I think that's just called Eggscellent, but what a classic episode! It actually won an Emmy.
No,
Did it
I did not
really?
know this. Several episodes of Regular Show were nominated, but this one actually won an Emmy.
That's
amazing.
impressive.
And then, but I just love like the montage where he's training, and it's just you get all your classic Regular Show stuff in one episode. And then also the episode where the tape comes to life, Summertime Lovin'.
Oh,
What a great episode.
So
And they fight back with the song Aw Snap.
Yeah.
Aw Snap.
Aw
Come
Snap.
to our macaroni
Party,
party.
then we
and
take
we'll
a nap. That's right.
So good. So good.
That's
Those
so
are
good.
two of my absolute favorites.
Yeah,
So.
that was the other little song I was trying to think of earlier, Pete, the Aw Snap one, and I couldn't remember the context of it, so thank you for helping me with that
You got
one.
it, dude.
Real quick, what's the other one? Because we know everything about scary movies, and you know nothing about scary movies. You guys remember that?
That's a good
Yes.
one. That's a good one.
Bro, there's so many songs. Like when I rewatched it, I was just so like I was like, wow, I forgot like how many songs they just make up on the fly.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
it is wild.
It's so good.
I love it.
All right, boys, you guys ready for some thank yous?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, thank you, Muscle Man, for showing us that you don't have to be ripped to be a muscle man. I just love that he was fat.
I would like to thank whoever Death clogged the toilet. I really butchered that. That was tongue twister.
I love that. I would like to thank High Five Ghost because he's just really cool, and we didn't talk about him at all today.
I would like to thank my mom.
Yes.
I got too many my mom jokes in this one.
I love it.
I'd like to thank, in the same vein, Skips. Skips was
Oh.
my
Oh.
absolute favorite character, and we also didn't get a mention today.
No.
So there you go, Skips.
No.
I
Amen.
love you.
Mark Hamill.
I would like to thank Cheezers, the grilled cheese place, because that place seems so dope, and I'm going to open one up one day. You heard it here first.
Wow. Yeah, and I'd like to thank you, the listeners, for listening to another episode of the Weekly Peel. We'll see you next week.
Woo! That was great.
All right.
Amazing.